And Your Honor, we asked that the court address this case because it was a reset jail jury, and the case had not been addressed. So we asked to have it brought back to address it.
It was reset jail jury from SAP before?
Correct. In January of 2025. Which is why which was why we brought it back.
And it didn't make it to the division? I'm just confused what happened.
It went to the division. It did go to the division. The defendant had plea and arraignment February 19th of 2025.
And it's back here.
Right. The arraignment was before Judge Mather. And the case is in Judge Mather's courtroom.
Okay. I'm just confused why it's back to me, Ms. Falk. Maybe help me here.
So the defendant has now been in jail for, let's see, just to pull this up for Your Honor.
I got it, 121 days at least.
That is correct, on a criminal trespass.
Okay.
And the state just wanted to give the defendant an opportunity, if he wished to enter a plea, to enter one.
I doubt that's going to happen. All right, Mr. Harris, your case is 24 CR 008301G. You're charged for criminal trespass in this case. I understand that you have declined the services of the Public Defender's Office. It's my recommendation that you allow them to assist you today. Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to allow Ms. Falk to put the offer to resolve this case onto the record today to see if you wish to plead guilty. So we're going to go forward with that. But first, do you do fully understand your rights today, including the right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Falk, the offer in this case is?
The offer is time served, Your Honor, which would release him.
All right, guys, this story doesn't ease you in. It slams the door open. What you're about to witness is the return of a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen king, a man who genuinely believes no court, no badge, and no law has power over him. Locked inside a Georgia jail, he claims dominion over the entire United States, public and private property included. From the very first second, this case reeks of defiance, delusion, and raw confrontation with reality.
Effective today. The state's recommendation is based on the fact that the defendant has been in custody for 121 days. This incident happened December 25th of 2024 at the Greyhound bus station at 232 Forsyth Street Southwest in Atlanta. The defendant officers were called out to that location because the security guard had asked the defendant to leave several times. He refused. He stated he was a sovereign citizen, did not need to leave, and the officers, after asking several times, finally took him into custody.
Understood. Okay, so Mr. Howard, do you wish to take a plea today to resolve the case? The state is essentially offering to close the case based upon the time you served in the Fulton County Jail. However, they are asking you to plead guilty, and there were certain questions and representations you'd have to make to do so. How do you wish to resolve your case today?
I'll plead guilty.
You would like to plead guilty?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter on either way, correct? If I did not plead guilty, like the first trial, pre-trial.
The first hearing sets the tone immediately. The court offers him a clean exit, accept jurisdiction, plead guilty, and walk free with time served. 121 days behind bars for criminal trespass, Christmas Day at a Greyhound bus station. The judge is calm, the prosecutor is direct, and the offer is crystal clear. Freedom is right there, waiting for a signature and a simple admission.
I ask you some questions. I'm going to place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you affirm that the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to have to ask you some additional questions because you're representing yourself. Again, you are declining the services of the Public Defender's Office. Do you wish to have their assistance? I recommend that you take it.
I mean, I have paperwork showing, proving my sovereignty now. But I mean, if it doesn't go towards the jurisdiction, I'll just, go with best option.
Okay, so the answer is no. You don't want them to help you.
No.
Okay. Do you agree that the state has the proper defendant, being you in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree that this took place in Fulton County?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you stipulate or, in a sense, agree that the facts that's just put on the record are what happened that day? You may disagree slightly, but for the purposes of this plea, do you agree that that's what happened?
Yes, ma'am. And I had for that day, I I had a compensation on courtesy transportation, not by just the officer that didn't arrest me. It was another officer that took me in and said he was going to pay for my bus ticket, but also the bus driver for helping out one of the people on the bus, giving up my seat and everything of that nature.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol that would affect your ability to understand this proceeding today?
No, ma'am. I don't smoke or drink. If I'm
Okay.
out, I drink wine, but that's it.
All right. Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
But this man doesn't move like everyone else. He rejects a public defender, clings to his paperwork, and clings harder to the fantasy that sovereignty outranks handcuffs. He insists he understands his rights, yet twists every question into a speech about status and immunity. Still, when reality tightens its grip, he folds just enough, pleading guilty to walk out the door that same day.
For taking a plea?
No, not at all.
Okay. And you don't feel forced to take a plea today, do you?
No, I'm not forced at all.
Okay. And you, again, are declining the services of an attorney, even though you understand that you have a right to an attorney at this proceeding.
Yep.
And you understand that you're giving up your right to trial as it pertains to this matter?
Yep, there ain't no point of going to trial for criminal trespassing if I already time served. So,
okay. And you're giving up your right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
No, ma'am. I ain't giving up no rights.
Oh, if you would have to give up your right to take a plea. If you don't want to take a plea and we proceed to trial, essentially I'm asking if you still want a trial. Do you still want a trial on this?
No, go ahead. I'm fine with that. I'll do so.
Okay. And you understand that taking a guilty plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as an open case if you have one, any probation issues, anything of that nature?
No, ma'am.
You don't understand that?
No, I understand it. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. All right. As to the charge of criminal trespass, Mr. Harris, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Ms. Faulks?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Essentially, the time you've served in the Fulton County Jail should close your case. All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Harris.
I'm saying I get all my information.
Okay. And will somebody at the jail be able to help him sign the paperwork? I'm not sure who, but it was somebody, because he won't be able to get out if we don't have any documents.
In courtroom 2.
Position 9, Mr. Harris.
Okay. And this is your case, Mr. Chitaro?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harris, no, this isn't my case, Your Honor.
Okay.
I understand he wanted to go pro se.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, he wants to go pro se.
Okay.
The irony is brutal. The moment jurisdiction becomes the key to freedom, he suddenly accepts it. No speeches. No resistance. The court closes the case, wishes him luck, and processes his release. The sovereign citizen fantasy evaporates the second jail time ends. But this isn't redemption, it's a warning shot. And it doesn't take long before history repeats itself.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to have an attorney represent you at these proceedings. It's my understanding that although we have offered you the assistance of a public defender this afternoon, you wish to proceed without their assistance. Is that the case?
Yes, sir. I'm a royal and a sovereign citizen.
Okay. Mr. Harris, you've been charged in case 25 CR 002224Y with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
7, resident of Tampa, history out of Florida, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. 2024 theft, 2024 trespass arrest, 2024 probation, 2023 DUI. He got time served last week in SAP and was released Friday. So he's back.
Okay. Ms. Melchizedek?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident is from yesterday, April 28th. The location is the Greyhound bus station located at 232 Forsyth Street Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia. Officers spoke with 2 Greyhound security officers who explained that the defendant was criminally trespassing and refusing to leave the bus terminal. the officer approached the defendant, who the officer recognized from a similar interaction that he had with him on April 27th, 2025. The defendant was sitting in a seat of the Greyhound bus terminal, refusing to get up. The officer asked him what was going on. The defendant stated that he was about to ride the bus to go home. The officer explained to the defendant that he had already been criminally trespassed from this location on December 25th, 2024. The defendant told the officer that he's a royal and sovereign citizen, and therefore he cannot be trespassed from anywhere. The defendant was arrested. Your Honor, the and he also pled to criminal trespass on April 24th, 2025, during the SAP.
3 days. That's all it took. 3 days after release, he's back in the exact same place, pulling the exact same stunt, repeating the exact same lines. Same Greyhound station. Same refusal to leave. Same claim of royalty and immunity. The officers recognize him instantly. This isn't misunderstanding anymore. It's pattern behavior colliding headfirst with consequence.
Calendar in that case is 24 CR 008301G. It was also from the same location. Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a $1,000 surety bond. Stay away from Greyhound bus station at 232 Forsyth Street Southwest, Atlanta. Social service visit to determine if a VHET is needed. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond, and that is all for the state.
Y'all can say anything else, Morrow?
Give me a second. Hold on.
All right, no problem.
Yes, Mr. Harris, you do have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. With that said, what would you like to tell the court?
Well, as a royal, my duties here was to work directly with the NRA, and I have a corporation that I deal with, which is a Big Step Inc. that I own under my sovereignty name, which is Tyrone Harris. I have cybersecurity and security that's implemented in throughout the states that I have to come by and also deal with. I have eminent domain, which is any private property that's in use. I can use it for, and I have non-monetary conditions in the state of Pennsylvania. That's any cash, any currency of the U.S. dollar doesn't apply to me because the currency that I use is gold and silver that's already implemented in the banking system, the state treasury fund of that nature. And I have sovereign immunity also, so all cash charges are charged back, just like my case that I just passed before. I served 4 months in about a week and 2 weeks, and I already pled not guilty for the first pretrial because I had a proof of a ticket and a proof of one of the officers saying they was going to compensate a ticket for me to go back to Tampa, Florida to deal with business. And also, that's
Mr. Harris, I think I understand. So thank you, sir. I appreciate that. As for this matter today, it's going to be
In the next courtroom, the record gets laid bare. Arrests across multiple states. Prior trespass charges. Probation. A DUI. The judge listens as the prosecutor calmly dismantles the sovereign narrative with dates, locations, and facts. Once again, the defendant launches into grand claims, corporations, cybersecurity empires, gold-backed currency, and imagined authority over all land in use.
$1,000 good bond, stay away from the Greyhound bus station, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. You'll have the opportunity to present your case at your next hearing, sir. Good luck to you.
Is there any way I can get an expedited transportation back to Tampa, Florida? If there's, if I can't use a Greyhound bus station to go back, even though I have travels to do that, so to do that.
What I would suggest to you, Mr. Harris, is that for your next hearing, that you might want to consider letting the public defender speak on your behalf and help you get some of those arrangements. That might be a possibility if you can have someone, if you can get those arrangements made. So, but that's up to you.
How about you?
Next, position 13, Tyrone Harris, and he's going pro se too.
This is State versus Tyrone Harris, case number 25 CR 002224Y. Mr. Harris is accused of criminal trespass from April 28, 2025. Mr. Harris, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case during the course of this proceeding, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one would be appointed to represent you, and you'll be represented by an individual who understands the criminal rules, procedures, and the law. However, if you choose to waive your right to be represented by counsel and choose to represent yourself, then you are responsible for understanding the rules, law regarding the crime of which you've been charged, and that you are responsible for any legal decision and its impact upon your circumstances, including your freedom, your job, any professional licenses you may have, or any other open cases you have. I understand that you want to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the consequences of representing yourself?
No.
I'm sorry, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You had your first appearance on April 29th of this year, and you received a surety bond of $1,000. Good bond with requirement to stay away from the...
The court doesn't debate fantasies. It sets conditions. A bond. A stay-away order. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. The judge even suggests something radical, letting a lawyer speak for him. Instead, he asks for special transportation, still convinced the system owes him favors. The gavel falls, and the court moves on, leaving him to face the weight of his own decisions.
Greyhound bus station at 232 Forsyth Street. How would you like to proceed with your case today? Are you entering a plea of not guilty and requesting a trial? Or have you considered a plea offer and want to enter a plea in exchange for a recommended sentence?
I'm trying to get what you're trying to say, because also I had a criminal trespass. I spent 4.5 months before that last criminal trespass I just had, and I already had a surety / guarantee bond, which I have now as a
You were booked in on criminal trespass from a December 25th, 2024 incident. You were booked into the Fulton County Jail on Christmas Day of last year, and you were released on April 25th, 2025. 3 days after being released from Fulton County Jail, you have been arrested and charged again with a new criminal trespass charge. So if you're asking me to give you a signature bond, that's denied. If you're asking me to dismiss the charge, that is denied. So again, I'm asking you, would you like to plead not guilty and have a trial, or would you like to consider a plea offer from the prosecutor?
All right, what's the plea? What's the plea?
Mr. Scirocco, what is the plea offer?
It is 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days. This is for position 13, correct, Judge?
Correct.
That is from April 28th, 2025 to present, for him to complete behavioral health evaluation and any recommended treatment, and for him to stay away from the Greyhound bus station located at 232 Forsyth Street in Atlanta.
All right, Mr. Harris, you'll be placed on probation for 12 months.
I'm not from Atlanta. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Then comes the longest standoff of the day, plea or trial. The judge asks repeatedly, slowly, clearly. He dodges, rambles, contradicts himself, and admits, out loud, to spending months in jail for the same charge. The plea offer is firm: probation, time served, treatment, and a strict order to stay away. The system gives him one more off-ramp.
I'm always talking about paperwork.
Well, Even if you're a sovereign citizen or a citizen of the moon, you'll still be placed on probation.
Understandable. Well, if I have non-monetary conditions, which I use the state treasury fund to pay for everything, what does that entail?
I don't understand the question.
I have non-monetary conditions in a state that I've never been into. What does that entail for other jurisdictions that follows up the Commonwealth state?
I don't understand the question, so I don't know how to answer it. The only question I want answered is whether you want to have a trial or whether you want to consider this plea offer. All right, we will return to your case. You may have a seat and ponder the question. Next case, please. Have you reviewed the paperwork for your plea?
I haven't received paperwork, but I'll plead not guilty.
You have not received it?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Last time either.
Your Honor,
He never said he was taking a
plea. That's a sovereign citizen.
Oh, okay. So, that's right. Sorry, Mr. Harris. I left you with the last question was whether you want to consider the plea offer or whether you like to plead not guilty and have a trial. So have you made a decision?
I plead not guilty.
Okay.
I've never seen paperwork, so.
No, you won't see paperwork. I thought you were considering a plea. All right.
Yes, ma'am. The last 3 trials I haven't received paperwork.
Okay. So, Tyrone Harris, case number 25 CR 002224Y, is accused of criminal trespass from an incident date of April 28th, 2025 in Fulton County, Georgia. The criminal trespass is a misdemeanor offense. Mr. Harris, would you like me to read the accusation or would you like to waive a reading of the accusation?
You can do what you do now. I appreciate you.
That doesn't answer. Do you want me to read the formal accusation or do you waive a reading of the accusation?
You can read it for me.
Repeat?
I said you can read it for me.
This accusation submitted by the Solicitor General of Fulton County was filed.
Confusion turns into chaos. He pleads guilty, then not guilty, then no contest, then both at once. The judge corrects him again and again, explaining that words matter here. This isn't imagination or ideology, this is law. Eventually, the court locks in a not guilty plea and resets the case for trial, spelling out the maximum penalties in unmistakable terms.
Filed on April 29th, 2025. And with respect to the accusation, the Solicitor General of Fulton County, Keith E. Gamage, does accuse Tyrone Harris with the offense of criminal trespass in that on or about April 28th, 2025, in Fulton County, Georgia, the accused did knowingly and without authority enter upon the land of Greyhound Bus Station, located at 232 Forsyth Street in Southwest Atlanta, after receiving prior to such entry notice that such entry is forbidden by the owner and authorized representative of the owner on December 25th, 2024, in violation of Georgia law section 16-7-21. Upon this accusation, you have decided to enter a not guilty plea. Upon your entry of such a plea, the case will be reset for a trial. You have the option of either considering a jury trial or a bench trial. At the time of the trial, the prosecutor has the complete burden to prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If the prosecution does prevail and overcome your legal presumption of innocence, you could be convicted of this offense and face a possible penalty of up to 1 year in prison and or up to $1,000 fine. Given this information, how do you plead?
I plead no contest, not guilty.
No contest is tantamount to being a guilty plea and being sentenced.
Well, not guilty.
So this is a not guilty plea. Your case is going to be reset for trial. Jail jury, please be prepared to address the issues at trial and to represent yourself unless you choose to hire an attorney, or you can reach out again to the Public Defender's Office for representation. Thank you.
Okay, so the test.
This, and what number did you say that?
And that's where this chapter ends, not with freedom, not with victory, but with a ticking clock. A trial ahead. Real stakes. Real consequences. The sovereign citizen crown means nothing inside a courtroom built on facts and procedure. This documentary isn't about mocking delusion, it's about watching belief systems crumble when they collide with reality. And what comes next may be the hardest lesson of all.